point guard 20 hours before you play him?
Well, you know, the thing about it, you got a lot of minutes with Harrison playing, Wade Baldwin, who is the third point guard. We got a lot of minutes video with him playing, two quality point guards who are going to come in trying to prove that, you know, they belong in the league. And the hardest thing to prepare for mentally is a wounded team, injured team, because you got guys coming in with opportunity to play, and they're going to make sure they do a good job of taking advantage of that opportunity, some hungry players. So we've got to be mentally tied in, locked in, ready to play against a very hard-playing, hard-charging team who still have some good veteran players in Carter, Tony Allen, and Gasol, Marc Gasol. So, you know, again, this is the hardest type of team to prepare for.
When you see Carter play these days, what goes through your mind?
Still able to make plays, still able to get on a streak. You watch a lot of his games. He still has the energy and the capability of knocking down shots and making plays. Not the high flyer he used to be, but still can make excellent basketball plays with his pass, with his shooting, his ability to get open, his ability to draw fouls, and his intelligence. You know, you're not going to take away his intellect.
What do you remember about game planning for those Vince Carter-led Raptors teams in the early 2000s?
Well, just his athleticism. You know, he does it with his speed and quickness at that time. His ability, you know, his three-point shooting wasn't what it is now, but his athletic ability, he's always been a smart player, understanding what he can do, can't do. Back then, you always want to try to double team him, get the ball out of his hands, and make him make a play through bodies. But always very difficult to prepare for because he was a great talent.
He was always a very good passer, even as a young player.
Yeah, he was. I mean, early he had trouble against double teams and pressure and physicalities like all young players do. But he grew into that role a lot like DeMar DeRozan's doing now. Handling double teams, playing through double teams, and that type of thing. So you can just see his whole career evolve. But he's such a smart player, smart person. It translates over still today at age, 45?
What kind of luxury is it for a coach to have an 18-year veteran on your team?
It's huge. It's important for especially that young team that's got a lot of young players. They're going through his transition period. He adds a lot. You know, he's seen everything. It's nothing he hasn't seen that he can't help the young players. But again, a lot of times you got to have the right 18-year vet, because you get the wrong 18-year vet, he can show him the other way too. But I'm sure Vince is showing him the right way and the positive way of doing things.
You haven't had that luxury here in any of your years, having like that really old head.
No, I don't know. Yeah, Scola was close because he won world championships. He'd been there before. He's seen everything. He did everything in a positive way. Jamal McGlure, it was at the tail end of his career, and we were so young around him and at his position. So he was an older player, but not really the old 18, 20-year vet that Vince is. That still could play at a high level still.
Because you had Chuck Hayes was on the team.
Chuck,
he didn't play much, so he really impact was.
Right. And Chuck did a good job of using his ability, and again, it's great to have guys like that are going to be positive, upbeat, doing the right thing, saying the right thing, being the coach's voice. Not being a coach on the floor, but telling the players the right thing to do at the right time, and giving them positive words of wisdom.
Gasol is shooting the three ball now. You look around the league, and Brook Lopez is doing it. Luis with you guys last year. You've talked about that being a next step, maybe a distant next step for Jonas. How close do you think he is to adding that to?
He's working on it. I don't know what that timetable. I hope it's next year or this year, but I think his game will come to that at some point. He still uses his athletic ability a lot. I think the older you get, the less you're able to use your athletic ability. You're trying to find something to stay in the game and to stay relevant, and that's what you see a lot of older players. But again, you see a lot of new young guys. Myers Leonard from Portland, there's 5 men shooting the ball. Shannon Fry. So there's more and more 5 men shooting the three. Marc Gasol, same way. The game is going to that, where, you know, you have 5 positions on the floor that can stretch out and shoot the three, because it's such a valuable weapon. Hopefully JV can get to that. You know, Lucas could, you know, venture out there at some point, but right now I'm more worried on the defensive end more so than we got to get all of our young guys, or everybody, not just the big guys, locked in, honed in, and getting those defensive numbers down. And if not, we're whistling Dixie, and, you know, we're gonna, you know, we'll win some games, but we're not going to be considered a serious team until we get our defense under control.